Welcome to the 2022 PDGA Junior Disc Golf World Championships from Peoria, Illinois. I'm Grant Zellner, and this coverage of the MJ15 division brought to you by Lone Star Discs. Exciting to take a look back at what transpired at the 2022 Junior World Championships, and we have got a truly international card for you today. We'll get to know these players as the round unfolds. Round number one of what will be a long championship. And we're starting things off here at Wildlife Park. Hole number one of 8 par 4s here on the property. This one a 765-foot challenge for our players. Well off to the right is a road which is out of bounds. Shouldn't come into play for these players. And as you can see, some of the holes here at Wildlife fairly wide open, forcing the players to try to be precise. Already airborne, this is Ryan Mulder's first throw. Well down the fairway. We'll get a look at Ryan here in just a few minutes. This is Carver Whitford out of British Columbia, Canada. Carver has 14 wins in 32 total lifetime sanctioned events. Here's Herman Hinkel. Yes, he is from Norway. He's won a third of all the events he has ever played. 7 victories in 22 career events for Herman. And finally, Ryan Hart out of Highton, Australia. Ryan a bit fortunate there, missing an early tree. He has 13 wins in 33 total career events. Now back with Carver. Making his way up the fairway. Here's Herman. Trying to get a full flight on this disc. Into the rough, but not out of bounds. With Ryan Hart now. Just a bit early. And your first look at Ryan Mulder out of St. John, Indiana. The lone American on the card. With Carver now, his third. Little bit short. And over to Ryan Hart now. This a long attempt at birdie. Hey. And Ryan starts off his 2022 Worlds bid with a birdie. Herman Hinkel safely under the basket. Over to Carver Whitford. Just inches off. And Ryan Mulder with a birdie opportunity. Misses it on the pro side. Needs this comebacker. And gets it to save the par. Carver and Herman clean things up. And we are off and running here at Wildlife Disc Golf Park. Hole number 2, another par 4 at 630 feet. By the way, all the holes here at Wildlife have a nickname. Hole number 1 called Fox Fling. This hole number 2, Tomahawk. Virtually no out of bounds to speak of here at number 2. Ryan with the honors. Showing off some power here at the second. Ryan Mulder had the shortest distance to travel to be here with us, jumping over from Indiana to Peoria, Illinois. Gets a full flight out of that high-speed driver. Here's Herman Hinkel. Well placed. And Carver Whitford going to the power forehand here at the second. And out in the open where he will be the first to throw his second shot at the second. And he'll have a look. Herman now going with the high hyzer. And Herman at circle's edge. Ryan quickly airborne. Love the pace of play here in the MJ15 division. Everybody stepping up, everybody executing. And look at this for Ryan. Relatively routine up and down opportunity for Ryan to get that birdie. Back to Carver Whitford. Good bid there. Herman Hinkel. Circle's edge. This for birdie. Confident putt there, just off the top. Ryan putting the other way. Very little wind to speak of. And Ryan Hart starts 2 for 2. Challenging distance here for the comeback putt for Herman. No problem there. Correction on the score. That's Ryan Mulder who just put that in for the birdie. And that's Carver Whitford there who put that in for the par. On to the third, a 283-foot par 3, our first par 3 and our first real challenge, at least in terms of the tightness of the fairway here toward the end of the hole. Ryan Hart first to act. Around the corner and well placed. Everybody a chance to hyzer this shot around the corner. Some going high, some going low. Different solutions to the same problem. Too wide there for Carver. Pretty good recovery, though. Carver will have that to save the par. Now Ryan Mulder. Disappointed, but we'll have a chance to save a par here. Carver Whitford. Gets that to settle in. Saves the par here at the third. Herman does one better. High in the chains and into the bottom of the basket. That's Herman's first birdie of his World Championship journey. Good save for Ryan Mulder. And Ryan Hart to go 3 for 3. Just low. Hole number 4, a long par 3 at 393 feet. Once again, players starting out into the open and finishing into the trees. Should be okay for Herman. And now Ryan Hart. Take his word for it. Should be fine. Here's Ryan Mulder. Looks like it did indeed. Edge of the rough. We'll look over toward the basket on the left. And Carver Whitford out safely. Difficult approach angle to this basket with that steep drop-off just before the basket. Everybody trying to judge this distance. And everybody on the dance floor. Carver electing the forehand putt, just a bit offline. I believe that's Ryan. No, it may have been Herman first, then Ryan. Ah, yes, it was. So now Herman to finish up. Couple of pars, couple of bogeys.
I just think the plastic is very premium. It's a high quality material. The way the disc feels in my hand.
I think it's the quality of plastic.
It's unlike any other plastic that you'll find in the industry.
The quality is better than any other company out there.
Again, just consistent plastic. It's something I can consistently trust on every single throw.
There's so many discs to choose from, and I guarantee if you tried every disc in the lineup, you're gonna wanna put multiple discs in your bag.
It's extremely high quality. You can only say so much, they have to eventually just try it themselves and see.
And we are to the fifth. Back to the par fours here. This one 456 feet. Forced water carry off the tee. Fairway sort of jogs to the right. And then sharply back to the left. To a basket placed up on a bit of a plateau. Anything surrounded by water out of bounds here at the fifth. Looks like I may have misled you a bit about the water carry. Not quite as substantial as I initially thought. We flew over the pond, but we're looking at a shorter tee pad. The short tee pad, what is giving us this 456-foot par 4. Everybody now having made the corner, trying to bend and approach back to the right. Herman a little early with that one. Nicely done there from Ryan Mulder, though. Opportunity here for the birdie. Now Ryan Hart. Big putt there from Ryan Hart. That's a birdie. And Hart moves to 2 under par for the round. Carver Whitford needs this to settle down, and it does. Fortunately, one more revolution, and that may have been back at Carver's feet. Now to Herman Hinkel. Saves the par. Well done. Ryan Mulder in with the birdie, also moving to 2 under par for the round. And Carver saves the par. 6th. Down the hill, this one called Otter Slide, as we play steeply downhill from 259 feet. Very tight lines here at the 6th. A number of plateaus on the way down, including this one where the basket sits. Another drop off immediately beyond the basket. Fun little challenge here. Ryan Mulder throwing first. And well long. Looks like Ryan is out of bounds. There is a creek back there. Ryan Hart looking to jump putt from the tee pad. Disc drifts off to the player's left, safely on the hillside. We'll have another downhill shot to get near the basket. Now Herman Hinkel making a disc decision, a couple of disc decisions. Also jump putting off the tee pad. And that disc finds terra firma. Safe, just short of the OB Creek. Carver Whitford going to the forehand. And the best shot of the bunch inside the circle with a chance at birdie. Ooh, Ryan Hart. A lot of energy on that. Watching for an indication if Ryan put that shot into the water. Now here's Ryan Mulder coming back up from Creekside. Nice touch on that one. While Ryan Hart looks for his disc, Herman putting. Oh, top of the basket. Carver Whitford. His first birdie of the round takes him back to 1 over par. Meanwhile, Ryan Hart off the chains to his left. Herman cleans up the par. Carver cleans up the bogey. several strokes over par at the 6th. So we run off to the 7th, 457 feet, a par 4, tightly wooded. Fairway bending from left to right. And then everything sort of playing along the side slope of this hill to this basket. So rollaways, definitely a concern. Players needing to control the angle that the discs come into the ground. Carver through the initial gap, then catching one of those larger trees in the center of the fairway. So Herman next to throw. Probably a pretty good placement when you land your tee shot right on top of a shorter tee pad. Early release for Ryan Mulder. He'll be in trouble and out of position off to the left. Now Ryan Hart. And also right up there next to the short tee pad, leaving just under 250 feet to the basket. We're back now with Ryan Mulder. He's out of position, but does have an angle, it looks like. Should be able to make his way up the fairway with a good shot. And despite catching a little cabbage, he was okay. Now the roll away. That was a concern. Spotter watching things closely. Back to Carver, trying to carve that shot up the fairway. Gets a little bit of the distance. Now Herman. Gets an excellent roll off the hillside down into the circle. We're back with Ryan Hart now. To about circle's edge, maybe just inside. Carver, awkward footing. And that disc comes to the ground just outside of our vantage point. So we go down to Ryan Mulder. And not out of the woods yet. Top-notch shot there, though. Out of trouble. Up onto the green. With Carver Whitford now. Little bit of a roll there. Caught the ground at pretty sharp angle, so now Carver from distance gets chain, but not into the basket just yet. Ryan Hart putting. And in for the birdie. Oh, Herman. This disc not settling for him. And an obstructed putt as well to try to get this one back. No such luck for Herman. Still has a good round going. And from where Ryan Mulder was, that's a good, solid bogey save. Awkward, steep downhill putt for Herman. Lots of chains, but the disc just won't settle down, so Herman finally able to get into the bottom of the basket. It's a double bogey. Takes Herman to 1 over par. Carver Whitford matches that double bogey.
I just think the plastic is very premium.
I think it's the quality of plastic.
It's unlike any other plastic that you'll find in the industry.
It's something I can consistently trust.
You're going to want to put multiple discs in your bag.
You can only say so much where they have to eventually just try it themselves and see.
The 8th, a tightly wooded 500-foot par 4. This hole nicknamed Smoke in a Hole. A late dog leg to the left puts the basket here on the hillside yet again. Players having to be concerned about rollaways. Ryan Hart throwing first. And that's a solid effort from Ryan Hart. Now Ryan Mulder. 2 gaps to choose from, more or less. Ryan Hart chose the right side. Now Ryan Mulder up the left side. Pretty good distance there. Catches a late tree. Should be able to manufacture a shot that'll get near the basket from there. Now Carver Whitford. Good solid shot from Carver. And Herman catches one of those trees dividing the fairway into a right and a left, so Herman now with his second. Up the right side. Over to Carver. And that will be a birdie look for Carver. Ryan Mulder trying to get around the corner, now needs this disc to sit. A little bit of a roll away there. Solid upshot from Herman. Now it's Ryan Hart. Eagle bid. Just a little off. Back with Ryan Mulder now. Also just a little off. Carver Whitford for birdie. Big putt from Carver, back to 2 over par. Ryan Mulder with the par, Ryan Hart with the birdie. And Herman saves the par. Well done after that offline drive to the 9th. Just 305 feet, but the 9th is a par 4. Steeply uphill during the last third or so of this fairway. Ryan Hart plays first, lands that disc at the base of the slope. Carver just a little early out of the hand and out of position off to the right. Here's Ryan Mulder. Ryan Mulder to the base of the slope. Herman Hinkel throwing now. Little tree trimming, and Herman should be well positioned. Carver trying to make something out of that positioning, again off the fairway, though it is a par 4, still a chance to save the par. Up to Ryan Mulder now, looking straight up that steep hillside. Lots of angle on that forehand. Does get it to settle, though, somewhere up there. We'll have an uphill bid for the birdie. Now to Herman. You can see just how steep this hillside is. Disc dances a little bit away from the basket. It's Carver on the far side of the fairway. Steeply uphill. And inside the circle, also nearly pin high for better footing. Here's Ryan Hart. A little off line. And before I can even catch up, Ryan Mulder up and in for the birdie here at the 9th. Herman Hinkel. This is also for birdie. Solid putt, and Hinkel to even par through the opening half of his opening round. Here's Ryan Hart. Gets that disc to hang on the left side. And Ryan works his way back to 2 under par. Here's Carver Whitford. Great par save for Carver. In trouble all the way here at the 9th and still managing to save the par. Good focus, good effort, and a good start to this World Championships. Ryan Hart will take a slim lead on the card over to the back 9, and we will be back with coverage of the back 9 of this opening round in the MJ15 division right here from the PDGA on YouTube.